This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. The chief of the Batangas police has been removed from his post after a policewoman filed an administrative complaint against him for alleged misconduct and harassment. Brigadier General Hansel Maranton, Calabarzon Police Director, ordered the relief of Colonel Molan Rufo after the policewoman filed the complaint before the National Police Commission. Colonel Melitron Salvador Jr., former chief of the Calabarzon Police Operation Division, was designated as officer in charge of the Batangas Police. Maranton said a relief order is administrative in nature and will not preempt or influence the result of investigation. Rufo, who was transferred to the Regional Personnel Holding and Accounting Service, said he has yet to receive a copy of the complaint. He said he is ready to answer any accusation against him in a proper forum. Maranton said Salvador is expected to sustain the momentum of police operations, particularly in maintaining peace and order, strengthening community relations and intensifying law enforcement efforts. A former chairman of Barangay Tumbahir was gunned down on Wednesday, the 8th of April. Investigation said the 72-year-old victim was driving his motorcycle at 9:30 am in Barangay Tumba when the suspect appeared and shot him. The victim was taken to a hospital where he identified his attacker before dying. The Lingayen police station led by Police Lieutenant Colonel John Gonzales arrested the suspect, who was a resident of Barangay Tumba, in a follow-up operation. Follow-up investigation is underway. The suspect faces a murder case. A former policeman and 4 alleged high-value drug suspects were arrested in a major anti-drug operation that led to the seizure of more than P91 million worth of suspected shabu and high-powered firearms in Parañaque City on Friday, the 10th of April. Operatives of the Southern Police District Drug Enforcement Unit identified the suspects as alias Bossing, 35, James, 49, a resigned member of the Philippine National Police, Jezreel, 29, Hazel, 25, and alias Ricardo, 48. All 5 were tagged as newly identified high-value individuals and were apprehended during a buy-bust operation conducted in Sun Valley, Parañaque. Following days of surveillance and intelligence monitoring, authorities said the operation was launched in coordination with other police units to dismantle a suspected drug syndicate operating in the southern Metro Manila. Confiscated during the sting were approximately 13.389 kilograms of suspected shabu and 5 containers of liquid crystalline substance, with a combined estimated standard drug price of 91,045,200 pesos. Police also recovered 2 .45 caliber pistols, a Bushmaster rifle, communication devices, and 319,950 pesos cash. Authorities said the presence of high-powered firearms indicates the group's capability to protect their illegal activities, raising concerns over the potential violence linked to drug trafficking operations. This operation sends a clear message that no drug syndicate is beyond our reach. The Southern Police District will relentlessly pursue those involved in the illegal drug trade and ensure they are brought to justice, said Acting SPD Director Colonel Glenn Oliver Cinco. The suspects are currently detained at the SPD custodial facility while facing charges for violations of Sections 5, Sale, 13, Possession during parties, and 26, Attempt or conspiracy of Article 2 of Republic Act 9165, or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, as well as Republic Act 10591, or the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act. Authorities are now conducting follow-up operations to identify other members of the syndicate and trace the source of the illegal drugs. Cavite 4th District Rep Francisco Kiko Barzaga on Monday night turned himself over to the Dasmariñas Component City Police Station over the suburban case against him, according to a police report from the Police Regional Office Calabarzon. This came on the same day that the Makati City Regional Trial Court Branch 147 issued a warrant for his arrest for 8 counts of violating Section 4C of Republic Act No. 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act. Barzaga is facing cyberbullying complaints lodged by businessman Enrique Razon, Antipolo Rep Ronaldo Puño and Manila Rep Rolando Valeriano over the Cavite representative's allegations that members of the National Unity Party were bribed by the magnate to support former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. The bail was set at 48,000 pesos for each count, adding up to a total of 384,000 pesos. He is currently under the custody of the Dasmariñas City Police. That's all for this week. I'll see you next Friday with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.